Good evening and welcome to Cutv Newscenter for the week of March 31st, 2016. I'm Zach Prosba.
And I'm Ryan Kaufman.
The CalU presidential finalists have been announced, with current interim president Geraldine Jones being matched with Dr. Ralph Rogers of Nova Southeastern University. These two names were selected by the Council of Trustees this past Tuesday, March the 29th. The next step in the process is to take both candidates and their resumes to the Office of the Chancellor and the State Systems Board of Governors. The next CalU president is mere weeks from being announced, so make sure to stay tuned to CUTV for breaking news as it comes along before the school year is over.
This past weekend, Bernie Sanders pulled off a three-peat victory in Hawaii, Washington, and Alaska. In each of these three states, Bernie Sanders managed to pull off a 70+% victory over Hillary Clinton. This now accelerates Bernie within 200 delegates of Hillary, and superdelegate votes are beginning to switch their vote to Sanders. The next primary up for grabs will be North Dakota tomorrow for the Republicans. Just today, the college Republicans held a straw poll for the 2016 Pennsylvania presidential primary, and we have the results. For the Republicans, Donald Trump won with 44% of the vote. Coming in at second was Ted Cruz with 34%, and John Kasich came in last with 23rd. For the Democrats, Bernie Sanders won with 91% of the vote to Hillary's 9%. The group also combined all of the votes to see who would win the presidency if it ended today. The winner was Bernie Sanders with 45% of the vote. Also, on the note of the Pennsylvania primary, if you were hoping to vote in that primary on the 26th, we are now past the time to register. If you were not registered by Tuesday at midnight, you cannot vote in the primary.
And speaking of registration, it is now once again time to register for classes at CalU. Students with early registration abilities have already begun this past week, but all remaining students will have their registration commence on Monday, April 4th, and continue on from there throughout the week based on earned credits. To see the full schedule, go to your student VIP portal and the Academic Info tab. And with registration every year, also comes the thought of having to pay another semester's time at college. Luckily for Cal students, tuition has stayed relatively the same in the last few years. For students at local IUP, though, they are about to receive changes to their tuition system that will raise costs for their students. IUP will start using a per-credit tuition rate instead of the flat rate that most institutions use. The former flat rate applied to students who took between 12 and 17.9 credits, but now each credit will be charged separately. The only other institution to use this system in the PASHE schools is Millersville. Exact rates are not available yet, but will be coming in summer when PASHE announces tuition rates.
The Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission and PennDOT will be increasing the speed limit on the Turnpike this May. Areas posted as 65 miles per hour will be increased to 70 miles per hour. Areas listed as 55 miles per hour will remain the same for safety concerns or because it is an urban area.
The governor of Georgia, Nathan Deal, has vetoed the proposed Religious Freedom Act for his state that would allow citizens to enact their religious beliefs when serving homosexual customers and being able to deny them their services. This is the second act of its kind after the state of Indiana had a law similar to this enacted just last year. Many believe, though, that the deal mounted to pressure of big business as companies such as Disney, Marvel, and The Walking Dead all threatened to leave the state for other filming settings if the bill was passed.
Business was not normal at the U.S. Capitol earlier this week when shots rang out inside the visitor complex after Larry Dawson tried to gain entry with a gun in his bag when the metal detector went off. Dawson reached for his gun and the Capitol police officer shot him. The man was sent to the hospital along with a female bystander who was injured by shrapnel. The U.S. Capitol Police Chief issued a statement after the situation was diffused. "We believe this is an act of a single person who has frequented the Capitol grounds before, and there is no reason to believe this is anything more than a criminal act." End quote.
Not only is it refund season, but it is also tax season too. The federal deadline for income tax applications is approaching on April 15th, just 2 weeks from the date of this airing. Make sure to utilize your time wisely and get your tax forms in as soon as possible. Using online services can be much more efficient for time, but going to a physical plant can be better when trying to find possible refunds that could benefit your bank account.
To find out the latest news on campus and elsewhere, make sure you pick up a copy of the Cal Times when it is released every Friday around campus. Also, the Cal Times is now available on select Mid-Mon Valley transit buses, so look for those if you happen to catch a ride through the Mon Valley.
And Ryan, usually we banter about one of the stories that we have this week. We actually have a little bulletin here. You may be able to make that out. Texas Roadhouse is having a fundraising night for the Cal UPA Student Activities Board this coming Sunday, April the 3rd from 11:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. 10% of the total profits will come back to Cal. So if you're a Cal student, make sure you go out there and try to support your school.
Honestly, Texas Roadhouse, that's a great place to do it. It's pretty good food.
Oh, absolutely. Texas Roadhouse. I believe it's the one in Washington. Yes, it is the one in Washington, PA. It's about maybe a 25-minute drive down I-70 West. Not that far away. No reason you shouldn't go. I mean, maybe I'll go. I like Texas Roadhouse, like you said.
Yeah.
Good food.
I'd love to go. Don't have a car, but I'd love to go. I love steak. I mean, hey, I love steak.
Yeah, maybe I'll pick you up. We can have a guys' night out and go get some steak. So, all right, when we come back after the break, Alex McAvoy has your weather forecast. Stay tuned.
With Cal U's 6 on-campus residence halls and Vulcan Village's garden-style apartment complex, University Housing offers the very best value in service, convenience, privacy, and security. On-campus students will have easy access to classrooms, the newly renovated Natali Student Center, and a variety of activities across campus. University Housing Properties includes all utilities. Other common amenities to all properties are fully furnished rooms, high-def cable TV, high-speed Wi-Fi access, and live-in professional staff. Vulcan Village also includes a full kitchen and laundry room. The property has a 24/7 fitness center, convenient shuttle service, and an outdoor seasonal saltwater pool. Model rooms and tours are available. Stop in the University Housing Office or contact us by phone or email to learn more.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV Newscenter provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
How's it going, Cal U? I'm student meteorologist Alex McAvoy here in the Cal U Weather Studio, and I'll be giving a forecast for this week. So starting off, we're going to look at some current temperatures. We see about 60 degrees and very mild for this time of year in Pittsburgh. We see about 82 degrees in Miami, Florida, and 32 degrees where there are some snow showers right now in Denver, Colorado. So going into the radar, we're going to be seeing this huge line of rain from the Great Lakes all the way down to Alabama here. We can see this right here on the radar. And let's zoom into our area and look at what we can expect for the future radar. So we're going to be seeing these showers pass through between 2 and 3 o'clock today, and there's going to be some thunderstorms that pop up for later tonight around maybe 8 o'clock. There you can see the thunderstorms moving their way in. That's for 7:15, so they should hit about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock tonight. So going into some watches and warnings now, we're going to look at the southeast. So turning this on, we're going to look at the southeast, the radar first, and then I'll turn on the watches and warnings. So they actually had some severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado watches issued this morning down here in Alabama and Mississippi. As we can see that as evidence right there, we see that severe thunderstorm. And turning on the warnings, we see National Weather Service issued a severe thunderstorm warning and also hail warnings and watches for that region. So going on to what we can expect for this week and today, tomorrow, and this weekend is today we see this rain pass through about 3 o'clock, and then the severe thunderstorms coming through tonight into our region. This system will progress, move its way off to the northeast, and then for the southeast, we saw evidence of the severe thunderstorms that are happening currently right now. They will have the cold front pass through and then have less mild air coming in behind that. So looking at for tomorrow, Friday, we're going to see this cold front pass through after these rain showers pass through, and this will bring colder air and perhaps a mixing of precipitation for this weekend. Looking at the Midwest and northern United States, we see this jet coming through, dipping down all the way from Canada. We see this Canadian Arctic air moving its way down, which will progress its way into our region. So as we see, as evidence of that right here, it progresses its way into our region. It'll make it very cold for this weekend, below normal temperatures, and we can see this mixed precipitation. But out in the Midwest, we see this warmer air creating a ridge. So for the start of next week, we are going to see these unseasonably cold temperatures, even 10 to 20 degrees below normal for this time of year, and that will put a damper on some of the plans for this weekend. So, as I said, it's going to be pretty warm until that cold front passes through tomorrow night into Saturday, creating these colder temperatures for this weekend. We could see about a high of 46 only on Sunday, which is very below normal. And then even into next Tuesday, we're only going to see about 42 with unseasonably cold temperatures. Moving into next Wednesday, it should warm up a little bit for the later part of next week. I'm student meteorologist Alex McAvoy. Now back to Ryan and Zach at the desk.
And so, Ryan, we were talking while we were watching that. It seems every week we're here on set. We talk about how warm it was today, and then it gets cold again. Weather, stop. You used to be a meteorologist. Get back with your contacts up in the sky about making it stop being cold.
That was on my old phone. No, you saw the temperatures. It'll stay warm through the day. It'll just cool off really bad at night, and that's where the snow showers could come in that he was talking about.
Yeah, it should not be snowing in the beginning of April. I guess that's just my Georgia mindset of it, but no snow in the beginning of April. But we also saw severe weather could be moving in as well. And it's always a dangerous time, severe weather, especially if you live in areas such as the Midwest or the Southeast that are prone to severe weather. You have to make sure you watch out.
Absolutely. I mean, let's look at Joplin yesterday really quick. They were almost under tornado warning yesterday. Joplin got destroyed before, and they were back under it.
Yeah, I was saying, most of us know Joplin, Missouri was devastated by a tornado, 5 years ago now at this point. So, yeah, always be aware as we head into severe weather season, and that includes tornadoes, hurricanes, everything like that. So, and when we come back after the break, Stephen Ruffing takes us on a trip around the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
With CalU's 6 on-campus residence halls and Vulcan Village's garden-style apartment complex, University Housing offers the very best value in service, convenience, privacy, and security. On-campus students will have easy access to classrooms, the newly renovated Natali Student Center, and a variety of activities across campus. University Housing Properties includes all utilities. Other common amenities to all properties are fully furnished rooms, high-def cable TV, high-speed Wi-Fi access, and live-in professional staff. Vulcan Village also includes a full kitchen and laundry room. The property has a 24/7 fitness center, convenient shuttle service, and an outdoor seasonal saltwater pool. Model rooms and tours are available. Stop in the University Housing Office or contact us by phone or email to learn more.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
Welcome back to CUTV Newscenter. I'm Stephen Ruffing with your entertainment report. Each week of the year, videos go viral and crazy new inventions are put on the market. Our own Mike Mays shows us what he found while digging on the internet this week.
A 56-year-old woman is believed to have been speeding when she somehow ran up a utility pole and became caught in the power lines. Competitive eater Matt Stooney eats 200 peeps in one sitting. He finishes more than 5,000 calories worth of peeps in just 14 minutes, beating his previous record. A man is arrested for not returning a VHS for more than 14 years. Mourners in Ireland celebrate the life of a fallen friend by rocking out to Mr. Brightside by The Killers.
College cuisine meets gourmet burgers. Red Robin announced earlier this week that they will be releasing the brand new Red Ramen Burger, topped with chili-infused cabbage, carrots, onions, basil, and a teriyaki and chai chow aioli on a crispy ramen noodle bun. The burger will appear on April 4th and will be limited time only for a couple months. And on April 19th, the burger and fries combo will be offered to the first 22 college students in any participating chain for only 22 cents. The fight we have all been waiting for has finally appeared on the big screen. Batman and Superman took their feud to the theaters on Friday, March 25th. The movie everyone has been waiting for might have been a bust in the critics' eyes. Movie critic Alex Abad Santos from Vox.com said it was a stink bucket of disappointment and it was a sad, unnecessary PG-13 orphan fight. But the box office says different. Batman vs. Superman has successfully reached the #1 spot in the box office since its opening night. Executive producers Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Mark Wahlberg of HBO's sports comedy show Ballers are being sued by HBO themselves for $200 million for borrowing heavily off a show called Off Season that never fell through. The idea was apparently pitched to Johnson and Wahlberg, but was never put into production. Sources say that Ballers has very similar character traits, stories, and scenes as Off Season. On Thursday, March 24th, famous actor and comedian Gary Shandling, best known for his own sitcom The Gary Shandling Show and also The Larry Sanders Show, passed away. The LA Police Department received a call from Shandling's home that said he suffered a medical emergency. Mr. Shandling later died that day in an LA hospital at the age of 66. And listen up, Cal U students, the first ever original musical to be produced by the Department of Theater and Dance is coming to the campus of Cal U. Yet another funeral is going to be on the main stage of Steele Hall across from the street from Natali Student Union. You'll be able to experience the original production April 7th and 8th at 8 p.m. and April 9th at 2 p.m. and also 8 p.m. You can purchase your tickets in advance at the front desk in Steele or at the door. And to round out the entertainment for this week, we have Sisters in the Vulcan Theater. Amy Powler and Tina Fey play two sisters whose parents are putting the family house up for sale and realize they only have one more week until the house is sold. The sisters decide to throw one last party for old time's sake. The party soon gets out of hand and they wonder if there will even be a house left to sell after the party ends. Show times are 5, 8, and 11 p.m. daily. Now, guys, like I said earlier, the Red Robin are introducing this new fancy burger with ramen noodle bun. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, my wonder about it is how crunchy is the ramen noodle actually going to be? Because you can't make it like you usually do. If you're a college student, you know ramen, they get smushy. When you put them in the water and you boil them, holding that in a burger would not be good for your eating. So my question about it is it's going to be like Captain Crunch where it makes your mouth bleed, but it's still delicious. But
probably, I mean.
My theory is that they just take it right out of the package. Smash
Oh,
it together.
gosh. Oh, my God. I hope not. But see, this is my theory on it. Maybe they boil it a little bit and then maybe bake it. So it's kind of like a lasagna, you know? Like you make the noodles in advance and then when you bake it, it's still kind of soft, but has a little crunch to it. So I don't think I would personally try it because just the ingredients on it and I don't know. I don't think it works well. So
not so much.
Yeah, it sounds like that the aioli and the red cabbage that goes with it. That stuff kind of turns me off from wanting to eat it. If that wasn't on it, I'd probably try it. So.
Right. I guess it's more of like an Asian inspired burger with the ramen noodles. So we'll see how it.
I'm not crazy about it in the first their restaurant.
Brian's already proclaimed he likes steak. Maybe he can like ramen hamburgers as well.
New food for you to try.
All right, thanks, Steve. When we return, Anthony D'Agostino has your sports report. Stay tuned.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car, more music in the door, more music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation, playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
Welcome back to CUTV News Center. I'm Anthony D'Agostino with your sports report. The California University baseball team played against Seton Hill on Saturday the 26th. In the first game, California fell 9-5. Batting well for the team was Mick Fennell. Fennell was 2 for 4 from the plate with 1 run and 1 RBI. Another player who batted well was Garrett Brooks. He was 3 for 3 and scored one run. DJ Senchak started for the Vulcans. He gave up 5 hits at 3 runs, 1 earned run, before the bullpen came in and was not able to keep his pace. In the second game of the doubleheader, California won the second game 6-2. Batting well for the team was Chris Waschak. He went 2 for 3 at the plate with 2 runs, one of them being a 2-run home run. He had 2 RBIs and walked once. Pitcher Joe Yorgel pitched another full game, allowing 8 hits and 2 earned runs. The Cal U softball team took on Mercyhurst Saturday, March 26th, and swept them. In the first game, California won 8-4. Batting well for the team was Lindsay Rykoff. She was 2 for 4 at the plate with 2 runs and one was off a 2-run homer. She also had 2 RBIs. Also batting well for the team was Haley Wilson. She was 3 for 4 with 2 runs. The winning pitcher was Alex Sagel. She pitched 6 innings, allowed 4 hits and 1 earned run. She struck out 10 batters as well. In the second game, California won by the same score as the first game, 8-4. Batting well for the team was Haley Wilson. She went 3 for 4 at the plate with 1 run and 4 RBIs. Another batter who did well was Katie Finley. She went 3 for 4 with 1 run and 1 RBI, and the winning pitcher was Megan Uhr. She pitched a complete game, allowing 6 hits and 4 earned runs. As March has now come to a close, the Final Four for March Madness has been set. The teams are as follows. On the left side of the bracket, Villanova will be playing Oklahoma, and on the right side of the bracket, it is UNC versus Syracuse. Kansas was the favorite to win it all, but they fell to Villanova in the Elite Eight. Syracuse pulled the big upset as they defeated the favorite for the right side of the bracket in University of Virginia in the Elite Eight as well. The Final Four games will be on April 2nd on TBS, and the final championship game will be on April 4th on TBS. CUTV's original program, High School Roundup, will be back on TV for a very special show. The High School Roundup cast will be discussing the new reclassification structure of the PIAA, the reclassification structure the PIAA has decided upon and how it will affect WPIAL football. The show will air Friday, April 15th at 5:30 p.m. Be sure to tune in. And now it's time for the Vulcan Hammer Award. For this week's Vulcan Hammer Award, I've selected Vulcan softball player Lindsay Rykoff. Rykoff, a first baseman, came into Saturday's softball game tied with former All-American shortstop Jillian Russell of the 2009-2012 Cal softball team for first place in school history with 47 home runs. She broke the all-time record with a 2-run homer in the top of the first inning. Rykoff ranks 3rd among active NCAA Division II players with 48 career home runs. And guys, March Madness, the Final Four has been set. Starting April 2nd, all 3 of our brackets are busted. So how do you go about watching these games if you have a bracket that's already busted?
Well, for me, it's simple. I mean, I just do the brackets for fun, but the basketball games are what really matters. Although, looking at our little bracket here for our group here at CUTV, I'm in 7th, not last.
I'm down in 10th, and actually, Steve over there in entertainment, you can't see him right now, him and Sarah have the best. There you go. Steve, you have a very good chance of actually winning this thing, and Sarah does as well.
I was over here chanting.
They actually have a very good chance of still winning the group, so I'm sure they're going to be in it. I'm rooting for North Carolina at this point. I picked Michigan State to start it off with. I really don't care. I don't like Villanova. Oklahoma, I think, is one-man team. Syracuse, they're going to get crushed by North Carolina, I think. So I think the Tar Heels are going to take it this year. And I also like, though, how Turner Sports, they're doing team-specific broadcasts. During each game, you can flip to like TNT and True TV and see team-specific calls for each game, kind of like how ESPN does with the BCS Championship and stuff.
So they're doing like a radio broad. They're going to take a radio feed
No,
or a TV feed?
It's actually TV feed with different announcers from Turner Sports, but like the announcers, like for Syracuse, they're going to have Donovan McNabb because, yes, he played football at Syracuse, but he also played basketball at Syracuse, so not a lot of people know that. They're going to have team-specific announcers.
Like ESPN did for the college football playoff.
Yeah, exactly what I was just saying. They're calling it Team Stream because it's by Bleacher Report and that sort of thing. So what about you? Who do you think is going to win it?
Well, I think the Villanova-Oklahoma game is going to be very close. I think Buddy Hield probably has the best chance for Oklahoma to defeat Villanova. He has the team on his back, basically. Yeah. LeBron James behind him, just incredible. This kid is incredible. And I think they'll be playing North Carolina in the championship game. North Carolina should destroy Syracuse unless they pull another upset. Who knows?
What I wanted to say real quick, I just caught this. It's 2 of the 2 seeds and the other game is 1 versus 10. I'm pulling for Syracuse in this one. Year of the upsets. Keep it going.
Pretty sure they would be the first double-digit seed to ever get to the final game.
I'm
pretty sure that's right, and Danny's actually confirming us to that. Hey, history could be made. We knew it would be the year of the upset. Why not finish it off the right way? So, all right. Thanks, Anthony. And that will do it for this week's edition of Newscenter.
Be sure to check out our YouTube channel at CUTV Newscenter.
Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend.